Yeah, we're doing a pretty wacky game today. So, countdown begins in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Densha AD is a racing game with trains that is based on the manga series of the same name, which is a parody of Initial D, which is all about car racing on mountains. And as you can quickly see, we're racing against Keisuke Takahashi, who's driving a very fast train. And our train is a lot slower and much older than his, so we'll be trailing behind for a bit. And the controls of this game are pretty simple. You have your acceleration, your brake, your emergency brake, and you also have the ability to multi-track drift and switch lanes as you please. And that will come into major significance in almost every race here. So yeah, we're not gaining on him too much. His AI is a bit scripted to keep a certain distance away from us, but we'll be exploiting that in a little bit. But yeah, so Densha AD is, like I said in the interview prior, it's about a high school kid named Takumi Fujiwara who drives his dad's train and eventually gets really good at racing trains. And then he gets himself into the underground world of train racing. So yeah, we're approaching very shortly one of the first challenging corners of the game. So if you can tell on top how your cars are doing. Blue means multi-track, green means good, and yellow means it's unstable. So I'll be braking here, switching into my lane and keeping my speed in check so I don't derail. And as you can see, I've gotten a bit of leverage on Keisuke here. And I'll be using the multi-track drift to gain some more speed. It's not just a visual flashy thing, it actually gives you a speed boost, so it's worth doing in the run. And yeah, pretty soon we'll be getting a bit closer to Keisuke and we'll be getting closer to the first glitch of the run, which I'll be explaining more in detail. But yeah, if one of my couch wants to take over for a bit.
So the first thing that's coming up on Keisuke is, as you mentioned, the glitch, which will still be a while though. So we're having this corner over here that he's going through with pretty much full speed. There's a few corners in this game that you can take at full speed. Others you have to brake, otherwise you are getting derailed. So there's like 3 states you can be in, the normal driving state, which you are seeing right now. There's the derail state as well, the red cards. So if your first card is in the red state, you're losing a lot of speed because the train needs to catch the track again. And then there's the so-called self-propelled impossibility, which is when your first car derails so far that it can't get back on track anymore, which is basically a game over.
All right, coming up here is a risky corner. See if I derail. Nope. Sometimes your train will want to derail, sometimes it won't. It really depends on how you performed in the previous section. And if you feel like you're going to derail, you'll have to slam on that emergency brake, which loses you a bit of time. And all right, I'll be preparing myself for the first glitch here, which will be explained after I do it, calling a bit of serious time. All right, I bumped him twice, and now I'm going to multi-track into his lane, and as soon as my second car crosses over, I'll be clipping inside of him, and this gives me a speed boost. So I'm going faster, ever so slightly faster than I'm intentionally able to go. And because of that, it really messes up the AI, and as well as some of the cutscenes here. And you'll be seeing some things like cutscene stacking and all that. And in later races, you can actually skip some of the slow motion cutscenes, which adds up for some pretty significant time save.
So you're seeing Konasumi go way over the 160 there. He's not holding anything right now, so no acceleration, no brakes, no emergency brakes. The game basically locks you to 160 if you hold down the accelerate button. Same for if he were to brake now, it would just get him back to the 160 again. So that's why he's just not holding anything right now.
So now we're approaching the final section of the Kansai line. And pretty soon I'll be switching over into the right lane, and I'll be setting myself up for the last couple corners. And you guys will be seeing something you might be familiar with pretty soon, so keep an eye out. I think you guys will enjoy it. All right, and here we go.
Multi-track drifting.
Multi-track drifting.
Multi-track drifting!
And that was the first race right there. So in this game, there are 4 races in total, and now we're moving on and fighting Nakazato, who's driving the Urban with an RB26 engine swapped into it. And now we'll be doing the first significant speed boost in the run. Gonna focus on that for a second.
Yeah, so Kona here is going to be doing a speed boost off of Nakazato here at the beginning. Basically, during the cutscene, he will be gaining a boost, which will then be preserved throughout the beginning of this race, which will give him a huge boost forward, which normally should not be there at all. As you mentioned earlier, also, the engine on the train that he was mentioning is actually a car engine, which is a little bit unusual for a train, but this is Densha Day, so makes perfect sense there. With this speed boost, he gets ahead way earlier in this race than he's even remotely supposed to. That causes a lot of these cutscenes to sort of overlap each other, because the game just doesn't expect you to be at those points of the course at that time. So we'll be kind of using the speed boost through a good portion of this stage up until a certain point.
So coming up here is the only intentional derail in the run. For some reason, you can just keep your speed here if you derail, which helps us out a bit. If I press accelerate, I'm not losing speed. I'm still on the tracks. No matter how many times I derail, I'm still fine. I'm not sure why it happens here. It's pretty interesting. In a good way. So as you can see, we left Nakazato behind, and you may be thinking, hey, we're doing pretty good here. We can just go right to the end. But that's not what we have to do. We actually have to wait up for Nakazato in a little bit here, because unlike the first race, we don't end it by crossing a finish line. We end it by activating a certain cutscene trigger that only activates when you're really close to him. And this whole thing saves a couple seconds, and it's a pretty cool strat. So after this corner, I'll be slowing my speed down to 120 kilometers an hour, and I'll be waiting up for him. And I want to keep that no matter if I'm going uphill or downhill. And doing this will allow him to be in the perfect spot at the perfect time, and we'll be able to get all the cutscene triggers we need. All right, pretty soon we'll be able to accelerate. Let's see where he is. Okay, he's pretty good. I'll brake a little bit just for safety. And yep, here he comes. And here comes that other derail corner I was talking about. Gonna have to be careful and manage my speed here. And like in Keisuke, we'll be also doing another bump strat, which will be taking place shortly to get additional leverage on Nakazato here. But yeah, here he's really surprised that we're trying to overtake from the outside. And this aggression here will end up being not too good for Nakazato, as you'll see in just a second here. All right, I got some good bumps, and now we'll be seeing this cutscene here. So yeah, basically he overreacts and he blows up his RB26 engine, and that's it for the race. The train's basically out of commission for a while. And you can go to the menu a little bit early, saves a bit RTA. And this game is timed with in-game time, thanks to an auto-splitter developed by Lord Mao 5 on Couch.
Not mouse still.
Lord Mouse. So now we're moving on to the third race, and I will be doing a pretty crazy glitch coming up here. Gonna focus on that.
So yeah, we're right now in Shingo, and it's the only match where normally you have a gun tape, like you're stacked to your steering wheel. But we're using the speed boost that we use in the Korean stages, and we're just completely in front of him. And while you're not accelerating and multi-track drifting, you aren't supposed to derail at all, so you can go as fast as you want through these corners. And you will see that pretty clear and soon that we're going with like 260 kilometers per hour through 90 degrees corners, and it's just ridiculous.
But yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happening right here. This is a pretty weird crossroads of the country, according to Shingo. So right here, he's supposed to overtake us, but that's obviously not happening because we're just going unbelievably fast for a train like this. So yeah, instead of that happening, we'll be just coasting out for a bit, but there are some strats and some obstacles we have to look out for once we enter the forest section of this line, which will be coming up pretty soon. But yeah, there are a lot of cool train stunts in this game. You get jumped, and in some of the later games you can also do kick flips, which are also really fun to do.
Yeah, this is one of the sections where you go with 260 kilometers per hour through insanely short curves and corners. So this is actually ridiculous, and upcoming axis in 90 degrees corner. And if he multi-tracks in the perfect timing like that, he will not lose his speed at all, and he can just go full speed.
We have to avoid hitting the car here. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, if he hits the car there, he would self-propel impossibility, which automatically ends this run.
So yeah, we're just coasting along here, going over 210 kilometers an hour. The highest speed we reach in this level is equivalent to 190 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for a train. Especially on a downhill section like we'll be encountering later. Here comes a track split. If we don't get that, we'll be ripped apart off the tracks. Thankfully, I avoided that.
Are you ready for the thing we wanted to do? Now that you're staying up speed?
Yeah, let's do it. We have a bit of downtime here. Let's take a nice group photo. There we go. I'll be posting that on Twitter later.
Excellent.
So here I'll be switching lanes in preparation for a cutscene skip in the tunnel, which skip's actually a pretty cool cutscene, but it does save time. Switch lanes, and then all the train cars will be flying through the concrete ceiling of the tunnel, and you can briefly see, yeah, that cutscene going on.
Yeah, this saves like 3 seconds overall. And here you can see if you're like speed boosting and going around sharp corners, you won't derail, which is normally not possible with a train.
So now we're on the final stretch, and according to the lore, Shingo's supposed to crash into us in a plot of attempted murder, but that's not going to happen. But there's a pretty funny cutscene at the end of this level, which I will be showing off. Also, you gotta love the soundtrack for this game. It's so good. You gotta love Eurobeat.
Wonderful.
Eurobeat is so good.
Yes.
So yeah, he's surprised that we actually survived, and yeah, there he is. All right, bye-bye, Shingo.
See you later.
Catch you later. Yeah, that's not gonna end very well for Shingo. But anyway, we're moving on to the last race of the run, which is against Ryosuke Takahashi, who is the brother of Keisuke, the first opponent we faced. And unique to this race, we'll be in front for a little bit, which gives us a bit of downtime. Just gonna get this multi-track as soon as I can. And also, you have about a minute and a half to read a couple donations. There's not too much new stuff going on.
Gladly. We have a $5 donation from Anonymous that says, Nani? Multi-track drifter? We have $30 from Blast Egg. Good luck on that train driving? We have $20 from Anonymous. Nani? Multi-track drifting and a GDQ? So amazing to see this game in AGDQ. Had no idea you could speedrun this game, but so stoked to see it. Woke up early just to see this and donate.
やだね俺だってここしかねえって決めてたんだいい国からこっちは割と戦型が
So yeah, you can see our opponent here is really close to us, but that's not anything to worry about too much. That is a scripted event for him to be that close. So yeah, we're just coasting along a bit. But it does get a bit technical later on. We'll be doing another boost, getting some crazy speed, like in the other races.
To the storm and to the eyes, glowing love of mine. Will I ever see you shine? We are in the flowing sand of time. We are caught into the storm and to the eye, glowing love of mine. Will I ever see you shine?
Nicely done.
Well done, guys.
It's a very good
Get a hand for them.
On a related note, $5 from Anonymous. Yes, bring on the Eurobeat.
Gotta love Eurobeat.
Who doesn't?
That's a good question, man. Alright, so pretty soon we'll be approaching a corner where you're supposed to slam on the emergency brake because you're supposed to overspeed. But that's not happening, and we'll be abusing that to get a bit more boost, a bit more speed here. Gonna get a top-down aerial camera. And I got it. That is the Ryosuke boost. So our carts are going to be flying around here. It's fine. It's no big deal. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's all fine. No worries. Oh, look at that. Went flying in the air for a bit.
That stopped.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, we will see some.
We found 2 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Three.
oh, 3.
Oh, 3.
3 of our cards. So here I'll be slowing down to around 140 because I'm actually going to get Ryosuke to boost me again. Because I can't quite make it through that corner without braking a little bit.
4.
We're bouncing around a bit. It's getting awfully close to me. I don't like that. I should be fine though. I'm going to get in the other lane. Oh, this isn't good. I might get a self-propelled impossibility. So yeah, I'm actually not sure if I'm going to finish that mission because I lost so much speed and I didn't get the right trigger. So go ahead and read some more donations for a bit while I catch up.
Sure. We have $250 from Cryagor. Thanks to everyone making this event possible.
But yeah, that's the thing about self-propelled impossibilities. If you get one, you'll be forced to restart the entire race, which kind of explains why the estimate is a lot higher than the current world record, just in case things like this happened. And I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but just to be careful, I will be doing the intended method of doing this level, which doesn't involve a speed boost, but you do get some nice dialogue as well as some neat cutscenes coming up. But yeah, a little bit more about the Densha DD series. There's actually more than Lightning Stage. Got Lightning Stage, Burning Stage, Climax Stage, Rising Stage, and Shining Stage, which is currently in development and will be released sometime soon, hopefully. There's no official confirmation on that. But yeah, all these games are really fun, so if you can get your hands on them, I would definitely recommend giving it a shot. And there's also a whole manga series, as you might have seen in the interview. You can donate and get a chance to win one of those, the first 7 volumes of the manga, as well as 3 physical copies of the game, 1 download code for Lightning Stage, which is what we're playing right now, as well as the download for the entire soundtrack for all of the current Densha DD games, which is pretty awesome. As well as the snacks, those are pretty cool too.
Care for some more donations?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we have $20 from RPD234. Not sure what's more magical, this game or this soundtrack. More games need to be like this. And we also have $10 from a small potato. I suppose you could say that Kanasumi trained hard for this run. He seems to be conducting himself well and has avoided the tunnel vision that some runners get.
Nice.
That was a good one. So yeah, pretty soon we'll be approaching the same station where I boosted, but I'll be pulling the emergency brake briefly.
Yeah, that is the intended strat, how we defeat the stage actually.
Lord Mouse, do you want to explain how we had to find that out the first time we played this game?
Oh yeah, I got that by accident because the game at that point was in Japanese and I did a blind race against Kona and we were on the stage for like 1 or 2 hours, I guess. And the soundtrack was burned into my mind at least. I've got nightmares from it still to this day. Anyway, I got it by accident and we later on couldn't really figure out how to do it. So we hit up the dev on Twitter and asked him. And he was kind enough to tell us that it is in, what was it, Maifu Station, I think? And we didn't know which station that was. So we needed to check every station for their Japanese symbols and translate them to figure out which station we need to break in.
So yeah, we're just barely behind Ryosuke here, but that's fine. That's supposed to be how it is. His AI is a bit scripted with rubber banding. I'll have to be careful in this corner. I'll be a little bit careful with my speed going into it.
Yeah, Kona doesn't actually let us look pretty easy to play this game, but if you grab it by yourself, it's actually pretty technical and really difficult to play, even if you go for really optimized times that are currently world record with the current strats. It's such a tight window to actually get good times. Even this stage, Ryosuke is one of them. With the speed boosting that Kona did before, if you get like a slow Ryosuke, you lose like 15 seconds over a really good boost. It's like kind of RNG what kind of boost you get, so it's a really tough game.
Remember when we thought sub 20 was the last world record we'll see?
Oh yeah.
And now we're sub 17 already.
It's just crazy how much stuff has been found in this game, especially recently, leading up to GDQ. Alright, that's a pretty tough corner. Careful with the speed. And I should be set up to activate the final cutscene trigger. Yeah, we're getting a bit of leverage on him right now.
So if he wouldn't have braked in that one corner, he would just be up ahead now.
Alright, that's the cutscene. That means I did everything right, and now we can go right to the finish. So, we have to find a game plan to tackle this final corner, but we'll be doing something a little unconventional, drifting on the outside. Completely unexpected by our opponent here, as well as the two spectators. And yeah, time's coming up in a few seconds here. And time.
Nicely done.
What was the final time on that?
23:38 it looks like.
That's pretty good considering I had to restart Ryosuke a bit. Anyway, we're gonna do a quick few shout-outs before we end it off here. Just pull up my notes, make sure I can get everybody. But yeah, big thanks to Janushi, the creator of the game. Janushi has been very, very supportive of the whole speedrunning community, and we're very thankful for him. And we also got the people who created the music, Sugano, as well as Travis Odyssey Irubi, who did some of the vocals, as well as the other vocalists. And yeah, everyone involved with the game, as well as the creator of the manga. But yeah, thanks Games Done Quick for this opportunity, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, that's about all we got. Anything else you want to add before we leave?
Oh.
I would say big thanks to Enforcer for the translation.
Oh,
He
yes.
did-
Yes, and Forza. Yes, and Forza. This game was originally in Japanese. It never got an English localization. So we contacted a guy named Enforza, and he very generously helped us out by translating the entire game into English, the entire dialogue in English. And it's a very well done translation, and we're very thankful. And also big thanks to Lord Mouse for actually putting it into the game, involving Microsoft Excel and some other interesting methods. Anyway, that's all we got. Thanks for watching.
Well, that was definitely a thing that just happened. We have $40 from S. Bumberjolt. Let's go, Kona. Good luck, and everyone, let's go Super Train Racing. Got to keep your wheels on the rails. Also, people love you, Couch Kid. And $20 from Stockpot. How'd to donate when I saw the runner and the couch suited up. Looking sharp, gents. This goes to the runner's choice. We have $20 from Chrono222. Had to donate for the Eurobeat. Might end up waking up my neighbors with these sick tracks. I think that's a train pun. We have $15 from Fear Navigator. I drive trains for a living. Can confirm this is an accurate depiction. Well, almost. We have $20 from Bruceinator. I could not resist donating after hearing the couch sing. And $50 from Vadi. Great show, boys. We have $150 from Etch-a-Sketch. Helping your fellow people can be as simple as hosting a charity event, running a video game, or donating money. No single individual needs save the world. If each of us does what they can, no matter how small, the world will save itself. All my gratitude to AGDQ and those who participate in helping our world be that much better than yesterday. $15 from Grim Defeat. I've been meaning to donate ever since EnviroBear, so I have a lot of bad jokes to get caught up on like this run is unbearable. And that Hyperlight Drifter run was doggone amazing, but for sure, this Cat Quest run is perfect. Referring to the previous run, Cat Quest. We have $50 from Baser. Donating every year Kinda broke now, cause issues, but that doesn't stop me. Keep up the good work. We have $20 from Prince Phoenix, donating as I've just woken up. Good morning from the UK. We have $20 from Bees. It's 3 a.m. right now on the West Coast, but I'm staying up for this. I never knew about this series until AGDQ, and I just wanted to thank you guys for showing off not only the game, but everything you can do with it. $10 from Janik Vogt. I wondered when the best time to donate is. Then I realized every time is a good time to donate. So keep on donating. Insert a joke, a cloud joke here. I don't know any good cloud jokes. Eric, looking forward to the next run. We have $100, the Addams Family. We have $20 from Kevin David. Me and my friend are huge Initial D fans. Thank you for letting us know this exists. We also have $100 from the Charcoal Panda. Thanks for everyone's hard work to make GDQ possible. Let's see some TaskBot magic. Now that's referring to the Super Monkey Ball Task Run, which is currently $38,000, $38,665.72 out of $40,000. So we're getting there. It's pretty close, but we still need a little bit more to get that final push.